this trend.
Yeah, wow.
We've seen it.
Shocking. Turns out coaches do their research, and they're well aware that he's perhaps, I mean, that's the second time now that he's actually been complimented by his opponent on his Mars play. So I hope they're showing Collapse these interviews after.
I mean, they keep on giving it to him, though, so who knows?
True, not much of a compliment, is it?
No.
Yeah, he's really, really good. You know, they're just telling some lies to this guy.
But we'll see how it ends up going. As they already are into this game, we did have a short pause at the start, which means we get no gameplay at all right into that one. I'm really curious to see how this whole matchup works out with, you know, getting, again, the Nature's Prophet on jabs. He's looked so impressive on it in many of the games that we've seen, blocking out camps, and particularly when you're playing against this Io Luna, the hero that wants to stack up those Ancients. It's going to be annoying. Yeah,
and it goes the whole game, too. It's not just like this early game sort of acceleration and ramp up that you're preventing on the Luna by stopping those Ancient stacks. It's also just the full-out vision game throughout the match, trying to figure out exactly, like, you know, where should we smoke to right now, right? You know, or just like catching some random creep wave and delaying it to mess with some sort of a push you might be going for somewhere else on the map. Just very good at changing the game state from this hero, and truly a very unique hero movement-wise. And on top of that, they have the other hero with the most freedom of movement in the entire game in Storm Spirit.
Not bad at all if that's the thing that you're trying to prioritize. Is we do see the movement out onto those bounty runes, and it looks like it's going to end up being 3 for Team Spirit, actually, as Collapse able to pick up both of those up on the top side of the map. Not bad at all, not bad at all. And heading out to the lanes, already they're going to have the Io dual lane together up there on the top side with the Mars.
Oh, look at jabs down here. Look at this damage with the Blyson. Oh, yeah. Getting in there. Unfortunately, Luna, she's a little bit fast, so she won't be punished quite as hard as others. Also didn't get a creep block off. That could have been pretty good, but still, that's free right there.
Can see now as we take a look at all 3 of these lanes. Chuan playing against Toronto Tokyo, and the panel talked about this already, the sort of woes that we saw in the laning stage the other day. Some of that felt like, you know, maybe potentially nerves out on the big stage or what have you. Don't expect to see a sort of outplay that significantly in this one unless things go pretty tragically in the early going for Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, we'll hope it's not like last series. That is for sure. If you're going for the Ember squad here. I believe the last time that we watched Fnatic here in their lower bracket match versus Undying, they also had the Nature's Prophet, and they're playing it versus this Disruptor too, I think. Or at least we've definitely seen this before, but Nature's Prophet into Disruptor, not a great time. There's not a whole lot you can do, obviously. You can throw out some Thunder Strikes, try to reduce the treants, but they're just so tanky as well. You know, if you don't have that Ench counter to steal away the treants, it can be a very hard time trying to deal with it.
Right, and I think that what we saw before was that they were able to kind of go all in with, like, you know, a Thunder Strike and then also the Lucid Beam when there's a little bit of a step.
Because it was the core.
Exactly.
That was in our previous match. That was actually one of our other squads with the Nature's Prophet.
But so far, so good. 10-1 on the Ember and 9-2 for the Storm Spirit. But everything looking fairly standard as far as the lanes are concerned. Toronto Tokyo here is going to get a stack on the small camp. No early movement, or actually, never mind. He's not. He's just going over to get the rune. Don't worry.
It's okay. At least he has a small camp, right? You know, they've gone over, they've blocked off tunes, so very annoying to deal with. This is a great way to shut down a storm early.
Anything that you can to slow down that snowball that we've seen so often. And particularly, you know, a couple of these heroes at various points have looked really strong together. You get a little bit of a half pull there by DJ.
Now, will he go for the high ground sentry?
Oh,
he's come back first. This will be very tense here, because you can cover the whole camp from the high ground sentry, and if he goes for the pillar sentry from Chun, he's going to get that Obs ward for free, too. It's really nice.
You can see Jabs, nice move over there to sneak away the water rune. And Toronto Tokyo going to take a bit of a beating, but still should be perfectly fine with that. That's one of the strengths, though, obviously, of this Nature's Prophet. You can see he's also leaving the one treant up on the high ground to try and block out and kill the bounty rune. If you can see over there,
though, too.
Yeah, Toronto Tokyo not able to do it.
Yeah, couldn't get it in time, though. Toronto Tokyo gets there, so very nicely done. And also losing the courier. So now down to the bottom lane goes Jabs to try and give a little bit more assistance over to Death, but Death just doing kind of fine. Is that nice spear up top, but...
Yeah, well played. Pushes him back in afterwards, and DJ. That's going to be first blood drawn by Mira. Not bad at all. Yeah, he's pretty good on Mars.
Yeah, it turns out. Very tough lane for an Ogre, obviously. A pretty big target, this Ogre Magi, as he sort of waddles around, but you're hoping to essentially win the war of attrition when you play Ogre in lane, and going into an IO and a pretty tanky hero in the Mars can be a bit difficult, especially because Mars tends to rely on like mana issues and should have a little bit more to spam with the help of Mira.
True. As we see Toronto Tokyo force back a little bit, Jun holding on to that mid lane. And yeah, the empty bottles for both of them will be another water rune that spawns, but not sure. Ember's actually going to have to walk all the way back home. So definitely a good start here for the Storm Spirit.
Chaps is just so annoying too.
Oh, absolutely. It's just what he does, man.
Oh, don't watch that. Only the one tree.
That's fine.
Okay, 50% accuracy, for now at least.
So can he actually get a courier snipe here as he's going to walk up towards the top spot?
Oh, that would be the Soul Ring kill too. That would have been so bad, actually.
Oh, just a little bit late, but we'll still be able to find the kill on the courier, and now going to try and get a little bit fresh up top. Get some help onto this lane. If he's not careful, though, Collapse could maybe just turn onto both of them. You can see.
I feel like they need this tri-lane right now because Soul Ring IO with this Mars feels very frightening. There's just so much spam.
Yeah. In fact, just chasing Raven down, keeping that pressure on to the Morph lane. Only 14 CS so far, getting doubled up right now by the Mars. And, I mean, this is why people don't give it to him. He's deadly. DJ? Gonna get zoned out also. And yeah, this top lane is just a little bit of a bully session that we got coming here from Team Spirit. They were at least able to get this pull off, which Collapse is now afterwards going to kill off these large camp as well. But it gives a little bit of free time to Raven.
Down bottom, jabs. Gets turned on by Miposhka, but they put it right back onto him with the gush and the anchor smash.
Able to get the kill onto jabs. Well played. So far, so good for Spirit. Doing very well out of the laning stage. And I mean, even Ember, who's, you know, the one that's sort of being bullied a little bit here, is not having a terrible time.
Yeah, the best part is I feel like they're just sort of holding the line and then punishing when there's actual aggression coming out, like getting that first spear back towards the tier 1 tower top, and then there, when they're trying to bully onto the Disruptor, you manage to turn that back around for the kill on the jabs.
Big move in now.
And they turn it once more.
Level 6 is off the mark. They don't have it for Toronto Tokyo, and so he's going to get chased down, but Mira comes in at the last second, able to save his life. And the healing salve going means Toronto Tokyo will live through all that.
It's very good to be proactive in Dota, but that's 3 times now where they're just not getting their mission completed, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting the kill onto the Ember. Sure, you're punishing and you force a rotation, but that was 3 heroes coming in from Fnatic, and Mira relatively simply able to just get there and make the save without really forcing his allies to miss out on very much.
It just looks so clean right now from Team Spirit. Like, every move that they're making is either finding what they want for the kill or salvaging something that Fnatic is trying to make into a little bit of a disaster for him. You can see that movement over from Disruptor, smoke up, and not able, or rather the Invis rune taken, and now is going to come and check out the Storm. Can they do anything there? Doesn't look like it. So back to the races. Juan's going to head back home, maybe look for that 8-minute rune to get a little bit active, but already done with the armlet on freaking Mars. Collapse is very large.
Okay, we got a trend going here, huh?
Right?
Lots of armlets popping off here lately in the offlane, and sort of treating it like a little mini Midas, perhaps, in a sense of just like, you know, I'm getting off to a really good start. Maybe I don't need my initiation item as early. I want to be a little bit greedier.
Right.
But there is a ton of synergy, of course, when you have an IO, right? It's just going to be better than normal just because you're like focusing more on sustain and living longer in the engagements. You know, one good toggle could be that extra save that comes off in the team fight too, or just that little bit of HP that you can help for the IO to like push you over into future survivability.
It's definitely a little bit of a different look. It's something that's, like you said, been gaining popularity as Juan back behind the tier 1 tower. They're going to try and cut this wave and get some pressure onto mid, as Ember is nowhere to be found for the moment. He's off on the bottom side.
Maybe this is what those offlane IOs needed. Maybe this is what they were missing, you know?
A real offlaner with them? Like, what are you talking about there?
Well, I meant an armlet, but that would also go pretty well too, I suppose.
That's fair. Well, Toronto Tokyo has completely abandoned mid, as that is definitely necessary. And in the meantime, Miposhka is soaking up a lot of experience on this Disruptor, almost level 6 now, as they're going to do another pull through. Looks like they're going to catch onto that range creep, but this is going to be some pretty solid pressure onto this tower if they want to keep it up
Disruptor, not the hero you think of for trying to like hold back these towers, right? Especially with a 1-3-1 build, you're thinking of like Winter Wyverns and everything. But the fact that they're not jumping, Fnatic just maybe a bit hesitant with some of the earlier plays not working out. I prefer this instead, just moving to the camp and sort of messing around with Toronto Tokyo.
Careful, careful.
He's got a haste rune, right? It's the rune of invincibility.
True enough.
No one's ever been punished by getting a little bit too ahead of themselves with a haste rune.
Not even one time. But yeah, 8 minutes, so only 2 kills, but a 2,000 gold lead as Team Spirit have just been a little bit more efficient around the map. But Fnatic, wanting to get a little bit of something going for themselves, are going to pressure and take that bottom tier 1 tower.
Great play, right? Luna's hitting Ancients, you take a tower. That's essentially the trade here. Now they want to get their own pressure into the top lane, but you gotta imagine Raven's got help coming, right?
I mean,
right?
I think so.
Does he need help? You know, Raven's got this by himself.
Waveform, TP out. Oh, but nothing to break the TP. So that is arena used. Spear still on cooldown. Team Spirit.
I love the confidence from his supports. I mean, DJ just sitting down there. TP's probably, you need help him there? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
And instead, it's Death that comes in. So the Tidehunter is just going to be a big old watermelon right in front of him and say, come and deal with me. You can't.
Yeah, perfect swap up here of the lanes for Fnatic. Things looking better. You know, still though, Team Spirit holding the lead despite being down a tower. They don't look too shook quite yet. You got to imagine that Collapse would love to get himself a kill here on this Mars once that arena's back up.
And it's going to be a DD. Toronto Tokyo able to get that one a little bit quicker on the fingers. That is a kill rune if things break right for Team Spirit.
Well, you gotta imagine Death would love to try and go for a play. Like, he's a Storm Spirit and a Nature's Prophet. You would think that you could try and go for a kill onto Mira, right? They have this Ob sitting on top of them. They spot the fact they're just sort of lurking nearby. Feels like a prime opportunity, but at the same time, you know, Jabs is hitting Wave's bottom. We've got Raven hitting Ancients, and Jurin's going back to the base grabs of mana, so we'll see if that's the play. Looks like he actually wants to go Outpost and then come mid, perhaps.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it still feels like the lead is growing
DJ.
in spite of that, but yeah, they're going to get
got a little deep,
and that's going to be a quick and easy punish there for Team Spirit as they run down the Ogre, find themselves another kill.
Hey, he's taunting away, you know?
Yeah, he's happy about it.
He saw what was coming, gives a little laugh, like, yeah, all right, space for my team. I like this play from Collapse, though. Can't go for kills, goes for your stacks. Heads in to farm up some of these neutrals that Chuan was looking for.
A little bit of a battle going on for these ones here, and he's thinking about it, wants to jump.
They're smoking
now
towards
Mira with Death coming in also. Jabs there, the jump away, tries to live, and Collapse will get out, but they lose the IO.
Oh, so I think Team Spirit were thinking about contesting that. They'd actually smoked up Yadoro as well as Maposhka, and we're sort of moving that way, but it looks like Collapse just made the call, like, no, not worth. Like, don't bother coming.
Yeah.
Now Mira makes some space, he TP's out. Much like DJ being sacrificed, they'll allow Mira to fall for the benefit of the squad.
Still standing tall, feeling comfy with where things are at, it looks like, on Team Spirit. As it's just that slight lead that has not ballooned out yet. But the glimpse back in the Static Storm, able to pull and kill, potentially, this Storm Spirit. A nice jump, but no! He gets the zip away and able to dodge that last hit. The Thunderstrike, but there's the relocate. Coming in, trying to find Chuan. Can they get him, though? Collapse the spear, not quite going to be on the mark. Mira, they walk in. The Ravage to save. Surely no! He gets away! Are you kidding me? Unreal. Toronto Tokyo even lurking in the area, wants to find something in exchange for all this with the Invis, but
he can have a courier. It turns out that's what he wants.
Wow.
It's a very small prize after what looked like a mid kill. Yeah, unbelievable stuff. Great saves coming in there from the team. And it just feels like Fnatic finally getting themselves their own stifling of some moves there as Team Spirit trying to go for the plays. Still a healthy lead here, 3 to 4K-ish net worth for Team Spirit. And Yadoro just making his way through the jungle here on this Luna. Top of the last hits, top of the net worth, and you know, to see Collapse so close behind as well. Having an absolutely fantastic game for 2 of the cores here on Team Spirit.
He really does feel like he's been the one that's been able to set that tempo pretty consistently as the spear's going to come out now onto Death.
Stand back. I'm hitting the tower.
Move
out of the way.
And Death is slowly but steadily getting whittled down. Still 80 seconds before Ravage is up, and he has to actually back out of there. They can't fully commit for the kill, but if he sticks around, he will die. So waddling is a little bit OP for the Tidehunter. he will walk away from them all.
Well, they're going to clear up the vision around here first. Again, just sort of playing the front line here for Yatoro. Like the way that they're moving across the map, sort of having to balance out any potential smoke ganks that could come towards their precious Luna. Just continues to rise there. I imagine Fnatic just looking for that first big item. Particularly the Orchid for Chun was being looked at here, and has one of the Oblivion staffs done, and then of course have an opportunity to perhaps kill Toronto Tokyo. Toronto Tokyo though is going straight for the BKB this game after the Falcon Blade.
And we saw something also as that was going on mid. Jabs was able to sneak in one little treant that Yatoro killed, but it blocked the Ancients before that ended up happening. So
classic Jabs.
I mean, he keeps on putting in, just like they ran one treant in there, and now Yatoro's farming in a little bit of a more dangerous position. But a nice play to do that economic damage where you can on Jabs.
That's right. I mean, that was the main punish that we saw in the best game that Jabs had on the Nature's Prophet when he was blocking out the Ancients constantly. I believe it was a Sven, but just kept being forced into the top lane and having to farm up there. And, well, have a farmer down here.
He just gets out.
See ya.
Wow, no pull or no nothing. I'm not sure what it was, but they were able to get away on Toronto Tokyo. Now, looking for some counterplay. Jabs been very annoying to play against.
Has no TP scroll, also just TP'd up here, so.
And again, sending in those treants to block out the Ancients. He's going to do it again to him. So the economic damage that this does and denying the bounty rune.
I love it.
I mean, this is just what's
Meanwhile,
so annoying
they're
about
under vision as well in their jungle.
Looking for the jump right away onto Collapse. Death afterwards with the Ravage. Going to catch him. Kill him, maybe, possibly.
Mira?
Yeah, they got him. And Mira falls to boot. Fnatic making the moves.
Yeah, couldn't find the relocate there. Too many heroes around. Wasn't confident they'd be able to succeed in it. Excellent punish there. Staying back onto the tower from Jabs and then having that very defensive vision. Sort of knowing, I think, that Team Spirit want to play in this area, right? Because you're forcing them out of their triangle. You're not allowing Yatoro to be in there, so he's going to have to play further up on the map on the Luna, which means you have to play further up as his allies to help protect that Luna. And you know that this Mars wants kills. You know he's bloodthirsty.
And look again who it is.
I'm so glad this is happening on the main stage, because in group stage, I felt like I was going insane watching this.
Look at this.
It's unbelievably annoying.
And nobody, I mean, this is the thing, right? You try and play Dota to be so efficient, which means that nobody's supposed to be there as the camps are spawning because they're supposed to be farming somewhere else. And then you show up and it's like, oh no, the gold's gone. The hell else are we supposed to do?
This must just break a carry player's heart. You know, they got all their little spreadsheets. Yeah, I love how he pings it too. And then look,
they're checking for wards.
Right, so there's a ward spot back there where you can break a tree and plant a sentry, and the only way to see it is those vision type spells.
Oh man.
My poster's gotta be like, dude, I promise you, there is no sentry in there.
So frustrating for Team Spirit, and this is the punish. The Nature's Prophet getting picked.
I swear, even if they lose this game on Fnatic, like I feel like this has got to be so taxing to play against.
Hello again.
They need a theme song or something at this point.
They're just there. And, like, you know, Team Spirit, they're up on the other side of the map trying to make things happen. And in the meantime, they're just passively
Oh, here we go, though. That's an Orchid reveal.
This would be a good kill if they can get it. And it looks like they will. Toronto Tokyo goes down. Fnatic making these plays.
We got a very dangerous 1,000 gold to farm here for an Ember Spirit when a Storm is going to be roaming the map looking for your head. That Orchid always going to be prepared and searching for you, I am quite sure.
Close to the BKB.
Oh, but look at this.
Right away, getting a little bit of retribution.
That ward, ladies and gentlemen, making it easy. Even having the sentry just so close by to catch that Obs ward, but you know, the vision there from Chun obviously not enough to save him.
And Jabs just going to TP out of that one. The Collapse relocate back with Mira to the bottom side of the map. And again, Toro not to be dissuaded from keeping the pressure on and now farming into their jungle potentially. Has the BKB. Where do we go from here?
Well, I imagine Team Spirit are going to try and bait out Toronto Tokyo. Might see a play like that where you can see them now, like Collapse and Mira, kind of like shadowing Toronto Tokyo on the map because they have the BKB on Collapse. So perhaps hoping that a similar jump play will be attempted there from Fnatic, and they'll look for the punish once the Storm's back up. But very deep vision here from Fnatic, spotting out actually all the movements lately from Mira and Collapse. Over on the right-hand side of the mid lane, they had wards there. Now they just moved through the triangle. That was also just spotted again. So they should have a very good idea of the current game plan here from Team Spirit, and involves the death of that top tier 2 tower and taking over your jungle.
You can see that these Treants also in on that vision game. They're going to pull him back in now. Catch on the jabs, caught onto a tree, and killed off. So Team Spirit, tired of the shenanigans and wanting to keep the pressure on, take down this tier 2 tower, turn to the outpost.
Yeah, I doubt this glyph will end up stopping their assault here. So as you said, right on through. And big goals attained here for Team Spirit. Now instantly TPing down to that bottom lane as well. Collapse coming down here. Relocate as well with the glimpse.
Pulls him in, right in to bring him down as they turn onto death. Gonna find that kill. There's a lot of fancy stuff going on by Fnatic, but Team Spirit just easy peasy. Take it down with the Luna IO.
Well, we got a lot of BKBs being worked on this game. We're trying to get as many kills in as we can before they're out here. About 400 gold away there for the Tidehunter as well. So some early BKBs pretty much for everybody in this game. And that means that if we head into that mid and late game, we're going to be having to keep a careful eye on a lot of these timings.
Something to watch for sure. Team Spirit, they don't want to get to that late game necessarily. If they can keep this going, go right into Roche. It is going to be scouted. And obviously with the Storm Spirit, with the Tidehunter coming back up soon, can Team Spirit do this in time? I mean, they know it's happening.
Fine.
Yeah, okay.
No, thank you, says Fnatic. It's death. Don't bring him over.
They're thinking about going. They're thinking about going. They're going to be a little bit too late though, and now they walk right into this one. If he's not careful, might end up getting chased down and killed. Does have Ravage still. The glimpse back in, immediately caught. The Ravage used by BKB in response. Team Spirit, they're too strong. Mira, silence, chased down, but they can't find that finish. So the trade ends up being a 1-for-1, but Ravage used.
Yeah, Ravage.
And another one afterwards. DJ pulled back in by the glimpse, and Jabs also. Jabs.
Oh, he's so slow.
Throws out the Sprout, doesn't have anywhere left to go, and he too will fall. Team Spirit having none of the shenanigans.
All that from a Roche Fnatic even knew was going on, but that temptation to contest. You have the Storm, you have the Ravage, you think, oh, but what if we could just, get in there and grab the Aegis? Chune's like, I've done this. We did a group stage. It was awesome. I zipped right through. I killed Roche. I took an Aegis. Not so much this time.
Unfortunately, wasn't there in time to be able to go for that steal. And now Team Spirit, again, coming down from that upper bracket, looking to try and go up game number 1 in this best-of-3 elimination match. A 6,000 gold lead. And time and again, we're seeing this Luna pay dividends.
Well, they want to keep the pressure up here with the Aegis smoking up. That's a Daedalus.
That's a big item.
That's a lot of damage.
Radiant are scanning.
15,000 net worth right now on this Luna.
And that arena and the Ember, like the chase down potential as well as the setup for the relocate, there's just so much time, It's going to be very hard to get away. The BKB's here for Tide, though.
Oh, they're coming down bottom.
They had a good idea of this, too. Now, he does have TP. He has the Essence Ring as well. This is one tough Storm to get. Jabs also using his ward to TP in here.
And instead trying to get aggro. Able to find a kill, but does it come at a cost to relocate in? Xuen going to fall. Jabs afterwards also in the dirt.
I feel like Chuen's just like, oh, there was a tree there, right by that little signpost. Very unfortunate.
Thinking about chasing this now with the relocate. They couldn't take the outpost in time. Has to turn into the IO to tether away. Oh, man. That was the skin of his teeth there.
That's a pretty quick move.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, to be fair, he knew the IO was coming for a while.
True,
yeah.
true.
Nonetheless, impressive stuff.
Well, Fnatic this time trying to find little pickoffs during an Aegis timing, hoping that you can utilize that time to, sort of delay your opponent from pushing as a single, 5-man blob. They get punished, going for it, using their own wards. And now, of course, with the Storm being dead, and now this Aegis having been there for a while, your vision starts to decay in these situations. Like for Team Fnatic, because they just haven't been across the river in a while. They got 1 ward left. It's going to expire soon. So now the ward's going to get very defensive here. And with the range of initiation that you have on the side of Team Spirit, sometimes these defensive wards, they're not very helpful if there's any vision ahead of the path here for Team Spirit. I imagine they're going to look for some really nice deep wards. Maposhka's got 3 sentries and 2 obs, so goes for one pretty deep in the triangle on a pillar though, so may get dewarded. Would love to get one on the other side of the map too.
Yeah, this is the position where they're going to try and keep that pressure on like you're talking about, and you can see at the same time, jabs getting going on. Hello. It was nice of you to give that one away, but the ward drop down won't be enough to keep them alive.
And even on a defensive ward on the high ground there from Fnatic to try and help against these situations, just so quick from Spirit, just not worried about a turnaround play. Really, of course, you have the Aegis and everything, not worried that he's going to TP out before you get there. They just want to grab that free pick and try and get some revenge on everything he was up to with their Ancients.
Too true. 8,000 gold lead now. Fnatic have done a good job of being able to dodge some of these fights, but again, Toronto Tokyo just recognizing danger, zips out of there the last second. So Fnatic still dropping down bit by bit in net worth, but it is not necessarily the end of the world for them.
They're finding very small trades across the map, and they are moving into these BKBs. And we've had several games now at TI where the BKBs really turn things around, but this one's not free.
Looking for it, jump, but saved immediately. Collapse, now turns onto the storm, takes him down, no buyback, 50 seconds, and just like this, the game is blown completely open. Fnatic, they've got to defend without their storm. Another 40 seconds, keeping himself alive as they take down another DJ to fall. Has to buy back on the Ogre, and as you look, just hero after hero keeps on dying from Fnatic. Jabs is going to drop. They keep on turning on to more. Toronto Tokyo, this is an absolute slaughter as they find a bow. Triple kill for Collapse. Somebody make it stop. GG, they're done.
They just let it go. 25 minutes, Team Spirit. Right through this game, right through those BKBs. They spent the whole game building BKBs. They didn't even get to use them.